Well, hello everybody. It's a couple of days before Halloween. I guess actually it's what is it? It's Saturday the 26th, and you are looking at my red Doviis. Of course, I've got five, but only two of them have uh, changed to red or reddish or pink, whatever you want to call it. The other three have remained regular old Costa Rican Doviis. And I have to say, the biggest of the three, which is this fellow over here, is stunningly beautiful. These guys are I got him this summer and at a very small size from a local guy. And I wasn't sure what to expect, of course, but he's taken off over there. But anyway, really stunning fish. He's already got his canines. They're growing really well. I'm doing water changes 3 times a week to facilitate their growth. And this particular male, even though he never turned red, he's really a beautiful fish. I can tell from all the years I've kept Doviis that this guy is going to be a keeper. And we'll just have to see how he goes as time goes by. But a couple of them have changed red. This is the largest of the reds. This is a female. One interesting thing to note, now this is based on a very small sample size, of course, of only 5 fish. We're going to back up a little. There's the other one. That other one is more of an orange. The bigger one's kind of a pinkish red, and the smaller one is an orangey white. Based on the small sample size of 5 fish, the ones that change color are much slower growing than the standard versions. Now, it could be for a number of reasons. One reason is again, it's a small sample size. It just could be that they were just destined to be smaller. The other thing is one of them is for sure a female. The other one, it's too small for me to say for sure. I originally thought it was a female, but I've noticed that it is getting to get some of the little red dots on its sides, which prompts me to think that maybe it's a male. It's really small, the smallest of the bunch. It's this little fellow that's just got chased around that rock. But in any case, if it is a male, it's going to be a very small one, or at least starting small. And if it's a female, well, they're usually smaller anyway. So there, let's see if I can get a little closer. It's by far the shyest fish in the tank too, and it just kind of took off in the back. There's lots of rocks and hiding places in here for just 5 fish. This is one of my 270-gallon tanks, and they're being raised in here until they get big enough where I decide what to do with them. The biggest male, which is, I guess he's over in that corner right now harassing that female or small male, whatever it turns out to be. My guess is it's still a female, but we'll see. Anyway, the biggest fella right there, who is the dominant fish in the tank, he will no doubt end up over here in the 1,000 with all these red devils. And Biscuit, my cat. I got a new subwoofer the other day, courtesy of SVS. It's the SB16 Ultra, and I'm keeping the packaging. Got nowhere else to keep it while I'm doing my 45-day trial, but in my garage here. So it makes for a nice stand. So now Biscuit is right in the way of my fish if I'm doing a video. Anyway, Biscuit's one of the 3 cats that my wife and I have. Actually, we have 4, but one of them is adopted. The other 3 are our cats we've had. They're 3 years old. They are all litter mates. We got at a shelter. They were all feral cats from feral parents, and we've raised them, and they're just the loveliest cats we've ever had. And they love to hang out in the fish room, especially in the winter when it's getting cold. And here's one of their cap holes that they sit on usually when I'm in here, but now they've got this box, so they're in the box. Anyway, this is some of the red devils, and there's a Gramotes in there. It's still an awfully fun tank to view. Acromotes has done great in this tank. Originally, it was in the tank where these red Doviis are now. And when I got these fish this summer, I moved him over there. And I wasn't sure how well he would do, but he has done spectacularly well with the Red Devils. I think one of the reasons is because this tank is so big that he's no longer shy. Even in a 270, he tend to hide out in the caves and not show himself much. When he came into this big tank, things really changed. His behavior really changed, and now he's out in the middle of everything, and he is one of the dominant fish in this tank at this point. He's about I don't know, he's grown a little bit since he came in there. I'd say he's a good 8-9 inches now. He might be pushing 10. It's hard to say, but he's developed to be a pretty aggressive fish, and as a result, you can see that he is starting to develop a bit of a nupal hump, which is always indicative of a fish that is dominant in its environment. So anyway, that's a little bit about him, and the Red Devils are all doing well. I have had a ton of spawnings in this tank, and the coloring and the fish are all just really doing well. So anyway, there's probably the dominant male right there in this tank, that Red Devil that's been in here. He's probably 7-8 years old now. He's right in the middle of his prime. Got a good hump going on, spawned many times. Way over in this corner, we've got some others, and you'll notice some various size ones. There's a ton of fry in here too, but I don't think they come out from the distance I'm filming, and you probably can't see them much, or they might be even hiding in the rocks at this point in time. Anyway, so that's enough about them, and Biscuit's going to show off a little bit. So far I'm pleased with the Red Dovii. This one female has grown very well, probably at least doubled, maybe tripled in size since I got her. And of the two that have turned red, or pinkish in her case, she is the one that's growing the best, and a very aggressive, interesting fish. As time goes by, I may end up trying to spawn her with that dominant normal colored Dovii that's in this tank too, unless I end up putting him in the 1,000 first. So anyway, that's what's going on over there. And then we will move over to my, I can get up off this chair. We're going to go see the green terrors for a couple minutes before I bid you guys an adieu. I was successful in getting some of these things shipped finally. Apparently a lot of, we had 4 or 5 happy campers out there that were able to get these. Again, thanks to Shannon for being willing to ship these things. And Shannon sent quite a few out. Cooper's Cichlids, Ray got a whole bunch of them. I think he got the first 20, of which 16 or so survived the trip. And Shannon learned from that shipping, his first shipping trial. And I guess Ray got another 30, and the second time they all came through just fine. And then 4 or 5 other people have also received some from Shannon as well. Until now, the ones we had, I think we caught about 100 out of my 600-gallon tank. And that took all day. Me, Shannon, and my friend Kevin, who used to be the owner of a place for pets here in Burien, Washington. The 3 of us spent several hours trying to fish my 600-gallon tank, and we were able to catch about 100 or so, maybe 120, something like that, of the green terrors. Of course, they're much smaller than these guys. These are the mature ones I have. The ones that we caught were ranging in size from, I suppose, 2.5 to 3.5, maybe 4 inches. But everybody who got them has been pretty happy. I've gotten some emails and some thanks, and they all seem to have arrived well. This is the tank where I've got the most mature ones, and some of these guys are, I got to tell you, are really beautiful. Even these photos or these videos don't really do them justice. But they're a spectacular fish, and I hope everybody that got them does well with them. And I still have another 150 or so smaller ones in that 600. And maybe one of these days we'll try to catch some more. But if we do, it's not going to be till after the holidays. With Halloween coming up in a couple days, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas, and my son just moving back from New York. He got his new house, and he just moved in. His birthday is tomorrow, and he moved in on Friday. So we've been really busy with that and all kinds of things. So anyway, just wanted to say hi, you guys, and give you a little update on the red Doviis and the success of some of the shipping of these gorgeous green terrors, the Stalsbergie, and a little update on my my red devils. So anyway, take care, you guys, and happy Halloween.